Hello internet world, welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. In today's video I've got a very good value, an extremely good value. In fact, what I'm touting as the best value action camera. It's the Kitvision Venture 4K, and I really do believe this is absolutely superb value. I'm going to show you what you get inside the box very shortly. Before I do so, this is a live broadcast, so welcome to everybody who's in the live chat. Also, this video is made possible by Kitvision sending me this in free of charge for the video, but that does not affect whether I'm going to say good things or bad things about the product. I'm always very, very fair to products I'm reviewing. Let's get straight away looking at the inside of the box, and I'll show you what you get inside. So this is pretty much all the contents. You get so much, in fact, with the Kitvision Venture 4K that I can't fit everything in frame. I'll show you the camera, which looks like this, in a bit more detail in a short while. I'll also show you a little bit more detail about the waterproof housing. This is in fact a waterproof camera as well, with Wi-Fi, 16 megapixels and up to 4K 30 frames per second video capture. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm going to make a very important point once I've shown you all of the contents of the box. So apart from the camera and the waterproof housing, you get all of these bits and pieces. You get some cable ties. You also get a little pack of Velcro fasteners. Very, very useful. I wish that you got these included with other action cameras, because these do come in very useful indeed. In fact, when I've been using sort of the main brand, you all know which brand I'm talking about, you don't get these useful little bits inside the box. That's very good. Apart from the waterproof housing, you also get this very simple sort of mount. I like this. This is really well designed. We've got threaded mounts on the top and the bottom, so that when you've got this attached to a tripod, you've still got room here to maybe attach a video light, for example, and access to all of the controls and the screen, etc., because the back remains completely open. You also get a user manual inside the box, and then you get a series of mounts. So you get these flat mounts which are adhesive. So this one actually is very slightly curved. This one's completely flat, but this has also got a threaded mount in it as well. So we've got a threaded mount on this one, and these are all compatible with GoPro accessories as well. And then we get the this right angle mount. You get an extension mount. You get a curved mount. You also get a completely flat mount. Another attachment here. This is in fact identical to this one. Actually, it's not. It's faced the other way around. So identical at the top, and then this one's faced forward facing, this one's side facing. And then you get a little tether, little metal tether, plus some spare adhesive pads. And of course you get a USB to micro USB, so full size USB to micro USB. And that's used for charging the camera. You probably, although don't quote me on this, you could probably find a way of charging the battery externally, but the battery you get included, you charge inside the camera. You get a handlebar mount for your bike and a little polishing cloth as well. And then of course you do get a waterproof mount. So lens protection here, full coverage on the back, but access to all of the buttons. And it's got this really nice little closure mechanism here where you push this across, and then at the same time of pushing across you lift up, and that actually releases the catch. And then we've got, you can see the rubber grommets around the outside and little pads of protection that are going to go against the screen of the action camera. And then to close it, we simply latch this back in place like so, and then it latches back down. And then of course you've still got access to all of the buttons to push through. These are quite stiff. That's one of my, not a deal breaker by any means, but one of my things that I've noticed during using this, that these are quite stiff. They still work, but quite stiff in operation. That's probably just due to the fact that they have to keep this quite very enclosed, otherwise it would lose its waterproof effectiveness. So a nice cover included. Now, I just want to talk to you, before I show you the camera a little bit closer, I just want to talk to you about those accessories. Now, back in the day, when the original GoPro came out, you get the GoPro camera, you would get so many accessories. You would get loads of accessories to get you up and running. And as years went by, and GoPro became more confident in their product, you got less and less accessories. And in fact, with the current GoPro range, which is a main competitor for this, of course, it is the main brand that people associate with action cameras. With the current day GoPros, you get normally 2 mounts, 2 adhesive pads, and I don't even think, because the actual camera's waterproof, I don't even think you get a waterproof enclosure. I think you just get a frame with it, and that's it. If you want any more accessories, you have to pay quite high prices if you go with the GoPro Originals, and to get anything like what's included with this Kitvision camera, you would have to pay a lot of money to build up a collection of accessories like that. So just to let you know that Kitvision have been very generous in the amount of accessories they've actually included with this particular camera. Now, before I show you the camera up a little bit closer, I'm going to turn it on and show you the menu system, etc. I want to say a big hello to everyone who's tuned in live. A big hello to James Galvin, who's on the school bus. That is fantastic. Thank you very much for tuning in live. I really do appreciate that. We've also got Brixton VZ, Sin Trey, Matthew Geeson and Jack Puttock all in the live chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching this after the live broadcast, you can use the regular comment section below, so please do. And also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on my future videos. So anyway, let's have a closer look at the Venture 4K camera a little bit closer. In fact, let's get in nice and close. So this is what the camera looks like. Very, very nice design. We've got a battery compartment on the bottom with a little latch that allows you to open up and gain access to the battery. On this side here, we've got up and down and also speaker. These up and down buttons are used just for navigating through the various menus. It is touchscreen as well though, so you don't have to use those. Then we've also got microphone pickup, little LED light on the front here. We've got the record, stop and start button or shutter button to take 16 megapixel photos, power on and off button, lens on the front. On this side here we've got a little flap. Just while I'm showing you the flap, I will in fact just start this up, just so it can be starting. We've also got a little flap here, a little bit fiddly on the flap. In fact, I'm going to have to turn it up this way, just to get my nail in there under the flap. So we've got micro USB for charging the camera in there. We've also got HDMI, micro HDMI there, and also a micro SD card slot. So that's what you get underneath that flap. Now, micro SD cards, you need to use a decent card, decent speed to be able to record in 4K 30 frames per second. And then of course you can see here the little screen. Let's just try turning this light off. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the screen very clearly on this video, but you can see the screen there. We've got various gestures. You can swipe down to access one menu. It's a little bit slow to respond, as you can see. There we go. So here we can go into Wi-Fi, we can lock settings and also, or lock the touchscreen and also turn the camera on and off. And then we've got access to the various video modes. If we tap down the bottom here, it's very, very there we go, so it's gone in. So here we can go into the video modes. We've got video, loop, lapse, photo, timer, auto, burst mode, slow motion, and we tap on what setting we want. We can go into our album to see what we've had recorded. We can also go into settings. Now in settings, we can go into video settings, recording, sound, time lapse. We can scroll through, loop recording, so pretty much all that we could actually access on that main menu. We've got exposure, in-housing mode and white balance. Driving mode, important to note that, I'll come back to that very shortly. We've got nowhere here that we can actually change the actual screen brightness, which is a bit of a shame, unless I'm missing it. And we can also turn off the LED lights, because of course you've got an LED light here and one also on the front. If this was in a windscreen of a car, you wouldn't necessarily want the light flashing. Now, something worth mentioning is that you can use this as a dash camera. Now, you've seen me doing videos on dash cameras quite regularly. You can actually have this in a loop mode and use this as a dash camera if you wanted to. And if this was in a windscreen of a car, either recording as a dash camera or as an action camera, of course, you wouldn't want this LED light flashing just here on the front. You would in fact want that turned off. Now, I couldn't show you the menu system very well on the other camera there. I'm hoping this one will do a little bit better job. If it actually exposes properly. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So you get to see that menu system a little bit better there. The screen is very bright, and I could not find a way of adjusting the actual brightness of the screen. But it's fairly easy to navigate through. When you're in swipe mode, the screen is actually quite responsive. When you're trying to get it to activate a menu, it's quite slow to respond. And then this is what it looks like with me in the frame. As you can see there, we've got the indicators on the screen there for things like the mode you're recording in, the video frame rate, battery remaining, etc. The battery is in like a bright yellow, and you can turn the sound on and off as well, which is nice. And it's a nice compact camera. I think it's a really nice design. They've done a good job on the design on this one, and the actual video quality it produces is extremely good, very, very clear. And also the refresh rate on the screen here is very good as well. When this is moving around, it does pick up the movement very nicely, so there's not really any delay. The only delay I've noticed is when accessing the menu system. The 4K 30 does 2.7K. You can go down to 1080p, of course. I think you can even go down to 720p when you're using the slow motion modes. That's a necessity. But the actual 4K 30 frames per second, unlike some of these other budget action cameras, is a true 4K 30 frames per second, and it's really nice video footage. I would say, in comparison to some of the higher price dash cameras, the thing you might notice is just when you're looking at skies and clouds, a little bit of sort of block in some areas, and the transition isn't quite as detailed as with some very expensive action cameras. But if you didn't put this side by side with something else, this is brilliant, really good 4K and of course 1080p video footage. We've also got some questions coming to the live chat. We've got Jack Winnie, Mark Andrews, good morning to you. Gadget Dad, can we have some live videos in the evenings? I tend to do the live broadcast this time of day because YouTube isn't the only thing that I do. I run another 3 businesses, and it can get extremely busy. On occasion, if you'd like to tune in and catch the live broadcast as you have today, which I really appreciate, on occasion I do some live broadcasts on a Saturday sometimes, if that's easier for you. We also got Shoaib and Sidekick 1962 in the live chat. Thank you very much, I really do appreciate it. So in closing, the Kitvision. This is the Kitvision Venture 4K. I think this is the best value 4K action camera because it's true 4K and you get so many accessories inside the box. I think it's the best value one for 2019. So please do check out the links down in the video description area. There's a link to the Kitvision website. There's also some links to where you can pick this up for yourself. They are affiliate links. I get a little bit of kickback if you use those, a little bit of commission, but they don't cost you a penny extra. So please do support the channel by using my links. Check out the Kitvision website as well. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button. Have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll see you in another video very soon.